lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, it's Michel. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They're really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And he's got it inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw, Pickett. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 6 yards away. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
The score, Steelers 21, Rams nothing. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Miles Boykin, an 18-yard touchdown grab, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Play action, Stafford. He's got a man, complete. The 20. Touchdown, LA. Cooper Kupp, 81 yards. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Boy, a little panic here early. First quarter onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A gain of 15. And the Steelers first down.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Pickett.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the 10. And he returns this to the 22.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, how you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's Michel once again. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Michel on the counter. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Another carry for Michel on 2nd down. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 44. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. They'll go left side here with Michel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Michel running up the gut. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now first down.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now a first down throw. Stafford under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Stafford. Dancing to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
32. First down, Steelers.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Pickett back to throw.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 43 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Miles Boykin as time expires in the first half.
And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football.
And now off to the races down the right side. And in into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Steelers 49, Rams 10. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
A give. This is Michel. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Stafford.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here's Pickett.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Rams are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
This looks like a free play for Stafford. Going up top for Cup. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? You already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing and run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Stafford now to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 4th down, Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown, Rams. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They'll run for it with Michelle. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pickett now on 1st down.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final. Back now here on EA Sports.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Touchdown!
Pat Freiermuth
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Rams 18.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Michelle on the carry. He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, that'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Michelle. Down at the 25.
Tackle at the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
19 yards.
Trying to pound it in here to Michelle. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford to Michelle on the dump off. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football. But on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Steelers 1st down.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Back to throw, Pickett. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Kenny Pickett sacked. A loss of 5 yards.
Throwing on second down, Pickett. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4.